it looks like you're down. It looks like you're out. Looks like you may not get back up. In fact, would you admit that defeat feels comfortable at times because all you got to do is just stay down and lay down? Sometimes it just seems like a lot to even gasp for the next breath. Sometimes it seems like, why don't I just throw my hands up and give up? And it seems easier to give up than it does to go up. But I want to let you know it's not over. You may have had that medical procedure or that health challenge, and you've done the steps, you've gone to the doctors, you've done the research, and it seems like they've done all they can do. And they told you that there's no healing for you or that there's no hope for you. I want you to know it's not over. You see, the symptoms are real. Absolutely. The symptoms are telling you that you're stuck in this condition. The symptoms are telling you, why don't you just give up the ghost and let it all go? Why not just end your life? But I want you to know it's not over. The fact that you woke up this morning, and even as we get ready to lay our head down at night, wanting you to know the fact that you're breathing and you're still alive, I'm letting you know it's not over. Yeah, for you who may have been that divorced father or that divorced mother, the person left you hanging, the person you thought you would be with for the rest of your life. Things got tough, things got tight, and all of a sudden, who you thought you would have by your side, all of a sudden thinks it's easier to just tap out rather than actually going through the storm with you. I want you to know it's not over. Even to the guy who's the coach of Michigan University, or University of Michigan, the former coach, I want you to know, sir, for you, Coach Moore, it's not over. Right now you're in a storm and you feel like, you not feel like you're experiencing it. The people you thought would be there aren't. You actually are stood before a judge. Your stuff is out in the street. Your business is out in the street. And it's easy for people to talk about your challenges or talk about your mistakes. Because what I found is people find it easier to talk about your mistakes to hide and absolve them from facing theirs. You see, right now is a tough storm. We all may not be going through the same thing, but all of us are going through something. All of us have some type of challenge. All of us have something that we're dealing with that seems to beat us down to the core. All of us have something that says you won't get up from this, you won't make it. I'm not here to give you another motivational fluff or motivational hype message. I'm here to tell you the truth. The fact that you're here, the fact that you're breathing, the fact that you have another opportunity, you can't throw in the towel now. It's easy to do that. Yes, it's uncomfortable. Yes, you're in a situation you're not used to. Yes, whatever the case may be, I want you to know it's not over. You see, what do you do or how do you keep going when what you see says it's over? Believe anyway. See, belief is not something that you have to buy. Belief is what you have to acquire. Belief is so strong. Your belief has to be so strong that the opposition cannot speak louder than the belief you believe. Right now, your belief is on trial. Yeah, you feel like, man, I'm used to the old way, but man, I have no way but to go up. Your back is against the wall, and now the only thing you can do is look up. And like Les Brown said, if you can look up, you can get up. Yes. See, belief is not a noun, it's a verb. Belief is not just sitting on the sidelines and hoping. No, belief is an action that's taking a step, the next step, even though you may not see how or what way is going to lead you to the destination. But you know, if you sit still right here, you're going to stay stuck right here. Belief in the midst of trials. I'm sure the three Jewish boys in the midst of the fiery furnace, sure, that the temptation could have been there for them to back out. But here's the thing. When you believe, you can look adversity in the face and you can do like those three boys did. And you can say, King Nebuchadnezzar, we won't bow to your image or to your God. And even if when the thing is, was it Daniel chapter 3, verse 17, I believe, where the boy said, our God is able to deliver us. But even if he doesn't deliver us, we still won't bow down to your image or to your false God. Let me ask you a question. When everything around you says it's over, are you going to bow the knee? Are you just going to throw your hands up and be like, I tried? No, here's the thing I found out about belief. Here's the thing I found out about in the midst of adversity, looking it in the face. You got to be like, man, even if this doesn't work out, I'm still here. Even if this doesn't go the way I think and I know it should, I still believe. Even if it seems like there's no way for me to get up, I got to find a way up. I cannot rely staying still in a season that's no longer mine or I've outgrown. So instead of me running from the fire, I got the belief to know that I can make it through the fire. It's not over. And as one great speaker said, it's not over until I win. Yeah, it's not over until I win. You see, when you look at the defeat more than the possibility, your focus is misaligned. The enemy wants you to look at what you're not. He wants you to look at what's not working for you. But here's the thing, you and I have to be disciplined to look at what has already worked for us. We have to look at who is in us and who's empowering us to overcome that which is in front of us. Yeah, yeah. Over. It's not over. I know. Yeah, they want to bury you. I know they want to say, whether you're in a legal battle and it seems like no one else believes in you. I want you to know the lawyer that made the lawyer. I want you to know it's not over. In fact, it may look like you have lost the case. It seems that there's no way. But I want you to know it's not over because God specializes in the impossible. Yeah. We got to believe not what we fear. We got to believe beyond what we fear. And we got to believe what we say. Don't say what you fear. Say what you believe. Yeah, I know to some people that sounds like, well, you just wishing, you just hoping. See, the thing is, when I believe it, even if you don't believe it, the fact that I believe it means that I don't need a crowd to agree with me, to believe with me, because I understand that me and God are the majority. You see, I realize that if I'm able to take a step forward, if I'm able to walk alone, I know he'll send the right people my way to help me. You see, somebody, if you quit now, if you give up now, someone who's been praying for what you carry will stay in bondage. I have a saying that goes like, if you don't show up, then the people you're called to, they cannot get up. I know there are other people in the world that could be similar to you. I know there are other people who may be more gifted than you think. But here's the thing, there's nobody who can be and do like you. There's only one fingerprint that you have. Nobody else has it. You are actually so unique. Your barcode is so undeniable. And the fact that you're here, the fact that you're breathing, means you got another chance to get up and rise and reign. Somebody's waiting on you to rise. But if you stay down, then that somebody who's been praying and believing for you and what you have to help them will stay down, even in despair for themselves. So even if you don't feel like getting up for you, Think about the people connected to you. Think about the people who God placed in your life. I'm so glad you brought that up because think about it. It's not over should tell us even how it was when Calvary took place. You know, Jesus, Yeshua, went to the cross. He even told his disciples that he would die and go to the grave, but on the third day he would arise. You see, in the moment they were hearing him talk, but then when the moment showed up, they didn't believe what he said. And we know that because it took Mary to go back and tell them the Savior has risen. You see, it looked like it was over. It looked like Satan won. It looked like the possibility of a resurrection was no more. But can I tell you, God specializes in impossibilities. I was talking to a friend of mine earlier today, a pastor of mine, big brother of mine, and I told him, I said, similar to sports, what most of us do, we want we want to actually have a blowout in the game. In other words, we don't want the game to be close. We want it to be blown out so we don't have to, you know why? So we don't have to deal with the pressure when the game is on the line. So we want to avoid the pressure and stay away as far away from it as possible. But it's in the tight moments that you really understand how strong your faith really is. I get it. You've prayed and you said, God, I need your help. And it seemed like he ignored you. You thought he forgot about you. No, it's not that he forgot about you. He's already handled the situation that you're even dealing with right now. Here's the thing. Our focus is on what we think he should do rather than believing what he's already done. That's why I can confidently say, even with challenges I deal with right now as I'm speaking to you, I know it's not over. Yeah, yeah, dealing with things right now as we speak, but I'm still here because I believe. Yes, I even had the tempting thought over the past few days and probably a couple of weeks ago, you know, the thoughts of, is life still worth living, right? But I know that's not God talking. I know who would want me to be unalived. And I know the enemy will want that, but I'm not going to let him off the hook like that because there's too much in me to be a blessing to people like you. So when I don't feel like going on, I think about you. And I know it's not over. So because I know it's not over, I'm here right now encouraging you, letting you know it's not over. Yeah, it looks bigger. The trouble looks bigger than the promise. Oh, the problem looks bigger than the promise. But I tell you what, when you understand and are connected to the problem solver, he has wisdom to help you even over, not only go through that trouble, but also grow through that problem. And the problem is just another barrier in the way to prepare you for the promotion. Yeah. Yes. I know. We would want it to be easy. We would want a problem-free life, wouldn't we? Absolutely. But guess what? God never promised us a trouble-free life. But he did promise us that he would be with us. He would never leave us nor forsake us. He's already overcome the world. So since he's already overcome the world, though you may be dealing with trouble, he says, let not your heart be troubled. Believe in God. Believe also in me. Yeah. Believe. You know what? Even in the midst of the naysayers, even in the midst of the critics, even in the midst of the people who find it glorifying and gratifying to talk about you because they don't have the courage to face their own mess. But they got the courage, they got the cowardice to talk about you because you're willing to do what they're too afraid to do. You're willing to face the adversity to get to the other side. you're willing to go to the other side and grow to the other side in the midst of this process because you realize where you're going is much greater than where you've been. That's not an arrogant statement to anybody in your past, anybody you're around right now. There's just so much more for you to accomplish. So much more. But that's why I can tell you today, my friend, it's not over. Though it may look impossible, with God, all things are possible. He may not come like grandma and them used to say back in the day. He may not come when you want him, but he's always on time. His time is not my time. I cannot, it may look hopeless, but how can it be hopeless when I got the hope dealer living on the inside of me? See, here's another reason I know it's not over. Because when Jesus left, he said, I give you a comforter, a comforter. He will guide you into all truth and he will speak that which I tell him. So you and I, at times, we don't realize the greater one lives on the inside of us. You in the kingdom, you born again, Holy Spirit lives on the inside of you. He's guiding you. He will guide your steps. Yeah, and the way he leads, it will not make sense all the time to your natural mind. But here's where trust comes in. God, I don't understand. I don't know why, but I trust your plan. I trust your direction. And though it's tempting to me to want to give up, I can't give up. Because if I give up now, it's not just me that loses. My seed loses. And if I give up now, not only does my seed lose, but the other people that my assignment is supposed to be a blessing to, they lose. Lord, help me to think beyond me. Lord, when the pain or discomfort of discipline, or the discomfort of in the growth season that I'm in, even when it seems like I'm in obscurity and nobody knows who I am, when I think what you've given me is not reaching anybody, or it doesn't look to the eyes like it's great, Lord, help me not get caught up. Help me not get caught up in the wrong thing. Help me to realize the discomfort is necessary for the transformation. And though I don't understand it, I know it's not over. And because it's not over, even with tears in your eyes, my brothers and sisters, one thing I learned about tears from my wife is when we first got married. We were married 23 years. And one thing I learned about tears, because as a man, I didn't want to cry as a man, because in a way it was seen that if you cry as a man, you're weak. Okay? But what I found, my wife taught me that tears are not a sign of weakness. They're actually a sign of strength. And when I began to understand that, even recently, not too long ago, when I cried, I realized the relief that came with the tears. So you brothers that are under pressure, you feel like nobody's there for you, you refuse to let out or cry. Cry not to be seen, but cry to relieve that, so you can be refilled, you can be refreshed, you can get up. Because I'm telling you, you don't hear from nobody else today, you're hearing it from me. It's not over. If this was a blessing to you, let me know in the comments, right? Because I love coming on here, being a blessing to people like you. And I love this feature of going live now. I mean, I've had it, but I never really all the way maximized it. But now that I have it, and I realize I'm sent to be a blessing, and I want to help. This is a way to give back. This is a way to impart and bless people like you, right? Because I understand when I give from a giving heart, it makes room to receive more. How selfish would I be? How selfish of me to hold on to something that could help you? And I even apologize to you all tonight. I've had this what you're hearing for quite some time, sharing with people offline that you don't have privy to conversations that we normally have, the transformations that take place, people who get it in these kind of conversations. I don't record everything, but we have some great conversations, and it's transformations like this, these kind of insights, this kind of encouragement that gives somebody who was on the thread or on the cusp of really giving up, somebody that opportunity to realize it's not over. So if it's you looking at me right now and you have a weapon to your head, wanting to take your life, not knowing whether or not life is worth living, if that's you, where you feel like it's easier to overdose on the pills, if that's you, if you're watching this video and you feel like it's just easier, why don't I just drive off a cliff and nobody know about it? You don't have to suffer in silence. There's somebody needing what you carry. There's somebody who could be worse off than you, but they need to be blessed by you. And I'm telling you, though it may look dark, though it may look hopeless, it's not over.